Got bananas? Then you've got a great byproduct to use as a potassium fertilizer for tomatoes. And what we're talking about are the skins. So very simply, what would otherwise be a waste product for you has excellent ways to be used to be turned into potassium fertilizer for tomatoes. There are a few ways to do this. One is to simply soak the banana peels in water for several days to make a potassium tea that you can then just pour onto containerized tomatoes, water your tomato beds with it, water your seedlings, however you feel like you need to use that as a sort of fertigation. Another way is just to chop up the banana peels into small pieces and put them into the soil, or even better, the planting holes when you plant them outside. But yet another option is to dehydrate the banana peels and then to turn them into a powder. Then this powder can be used as a soil amendment for either seedlings, container grown tomatoes, or out in your garden. You can use it as a top dressing, side dressing, in the hole, any way you want to use it. That gives you a little bit of a slower release, but very present form. Whereas like the potassium tea would be great as a foliar spray or watering for a quick fix. This is something that will stay in your soil a bit longer and give you a little bit of a longer lasting impact, so it's there when the tomatoes need it and when they take it up. So the powder's really easy to make. All you're doing is you save up your banana peels, and then you're going to want to dehydrate them or dry them out. You could do this in a home dehydrator, but honestly, that takes quite a bit of time for something that doesn't need to take that much time. You could air dry them, but that also takes several days, and you kind of risk getting some mold or something introduced there because it's such a long drying process. But easier still is just to pop them in something like a pie plate or on a cookie sheet, pop them in your oven. I'm going to do them around 250. You know, it may take an hour or two, just however long it takes is what it takes. You can even do it while you're cooking supper or something else if you don't want to use up extra utility and energy in the meantime. And then when they come out, all you need to do is pulverize them into a powdered form. So that could be something like your kitchen blender, or it could be like a personal smoothie maker, coffee grinder, herb grinder, anything of that nature. You probably will be left with some chunks that are bigger than others, and that's perfectly okay. Those will eventually break down in the soil too. But what you've accomplished here is a dehydrated, easy to use form that's broken down into smaller pieces with more surface area that is then will break down more quickly in the soil and be more available to your tomatoes. So that's it. Just one more way that we can use the byproducts of our kitchen to the benefit of our tomatoes.